God calls us to higher things. Ever since I heard that, I always thought of it as having like one meaning, and that meaning being that God has called us to live set apart, to live holy, to live righteous, to live as imitators of Christ and above the worldly ways, which I do. Yes, that is the meaning. That is a meaning, though. I think there's another meaning to this, and I realized that yesterday, and I think that is that God calls us higher than our strengths, higher than our desires, our aspirations, our goals. He calls us higher than achievable. What I mean by that is when we surrender to the Lord, our calling is above achievable. Our calling is the unachievable, and I was praying about this yesterday, and I was just thinking about like this dream I had, but I kind of pushed it away because like I could never reach that level. And it's kind of true. I don't think I ever could reach that level. But what's cool is when it comes to pursuing our callings for the Lord, it doesn't require our own strength. So yeah, I could never reach that level if I was relying on my own strength. And the same is it's the same with you too. God calls you to things that you think, to maybe points or places that you think maybe you can never reach, or things that are impossible or unachievable, or the farthest thing away from where you are right now. But that's the beauty of every single calling God has placed on our lives. He calls us to achieve the unachievable. And I hope you know that whatever dreams you have, don't push it away because it's impossible. Chase after it, especially if you feel the Lord calling you to it, because when we rely on His strength, He takes us to places that we can never imagine, plans that we never imagined for ourselves, plans that the whole world is going to see and think, I don't know how she did it. And then we'll get to answer and say, God.